guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am doing today probably my most requested video. It is how I do my eyebrows. I'm not going to blab too much, but this is what my eyebrows look like when they're done. If you want to see them when they're not done, it's quite a scary look, but if you want to see them when they're not done, then just keep watching. Okay, so these are my brows, completely natural. I guess I'll start with the reason I am filming this video today. So I am actually getting my eyebrows microbladed on Tuesday for the first time. And my most requested video or tutorial or whatever in my DMs on Instagram is how I do my eyebrows. So when I found out I was getting my eyebrows microbladed on Tuesday, I all of a sudden panicked and thought, oh my goodness, there's no point in me doing an eyebrow tutorial when I have them microbladed, because they're gonna fill in all of the bits that I basically fill in with my product. So I thought, quickly film this morning for you guys. I'll obviously get it up before the microbladed video, and then I am going to vlog the microblading so you can obviously see the difference. So I thought that was quite a good idea from me. Basically, these are my eyebrows naturally. I have absolutely nothing on them. I am not very anal when it comes to my eyebrows. I don't really do anything to them. I've never had them done professionally. I've never had them threaded or plucked or anything. I have only ever just plucked little bits myself, and I'm not that great at it. I probably do it once a year or something. No, I'm joking, but I'm not that anal about it, and the reason being is because my eyebrows are so unsymmetrical. When I fill them in, I overfill them quite a lot, so they're a lot bigger. This eyebrow is a lot lower down than this one, which means that I fill this one in quite a lot underneath, and I fill this one in quite a lot on top. So they both become bigger, which means I sort of cover up all of the stray hairs, which is probably mainly the reason I don't really do a lot to them, but also I'm not really that bothered. I'm quite lazy. I don't really take too much pride in my appearance in that sort of way. Like I'm not like a typical girl in that sort of sense. I'm just not really that bothered. But yes, I am going to show you how I fill them in. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow. Mine is in medium brown, and I swear on my life I've had this for probably 2 years, maybe even longer, and it is still like, it's still got a lot of product left in it. So I would highly recommend this if you're sort of on a budget but want something that's going to last, because I guess it's not the cheapest makeup product. Actually, I can't even remember how much it is, but I'll link it down below. But as I said, it's lasted me 2 years, so it's going to last you a really long time. And then I use a spoolie. I think this is called a spoolie. I have no idea. I am not a makeup artist, but this one is just a really cheap one from Sunkist. It's actually a brow product too, but I don't use that at all because that is just not for me. I just literally use the spoolie end. I love this one. It's from Sunkist, as I said. I've lost the lid, so that's why it's got nothing on it. But I love this spoolie. I think it's just so good for separating all the hairs out and whatnot. And yeah, it was really cheap. Actually, they did send this to me, but I would highly recommend it, and it's super cheap, and yeah, it's really, really good. And then the last product that you're going to need, actually I'm lying, the second to last product you're going to need is just an eyebrow brush. Now I know this is probably quite minging, but I have actually had this pretty much the same amount of time I've had the Dip Brow. It's just an angled brush like this, and I think these are perfect to do the job. The writing has actually rubbed off, so I don't know exactly what it is, but I will try and find it and link it below. I'm pretty sure it's Morphe. Does anyone else have this little bit of hair that, like, oh my god, I can't get it, just doesn't really belong on either side of your head, and it never looks right on either side of my head, whichever side I put it on. It's very annoying. But yeah, other than those three products, they're the products you're going to need to actually sort of like do your brows to start off with. So I'm not gonna lie, I can't find my other product that I use. I will find it and obviously use it at the end of the video, but it's just a brow gel. It's a clear brow gel. I actually got it in a box, like a period like box thing that I once got sent. I once worked with a brand and actually they turned out to be completely fake and didn't pay me for my work, and yeah, I had a nightmare of a time with them. But anyway, the product, the actual brow gel is really good. I really like it. So I will find it and show it to you at the end when I do it. So I always start with this brow first. I say this is my favourite brow, but actually when they're filled in, I think I prefer this one. But not filled in, I prefer this one. Basically, you're just going to take your brush, you're going to dip in, and away we go. I try to not take too much product on the brush because you can always go in with more, but if you mess up and put too much on, it then becomes quite hard to get it off. So I would always just go for a little bit on your brush first. And then basically, I always start with this brow, and I always follow this brow's under sort of line here, because as I said probably 70 million times, this brow is a lot higher. So I want to go as close to the hairs on this brow so that I don't have to bring this one down too low. So sort of start a little bit of the way in, bring that up. And then what I do for the front section is I sort of use the leftover and I sort of brush up. So I don't go anywhere near the top section just yet. I'll get a little bit more product and I'll do my flick, whatever you call it, down the bottom, and then I move on to my next brow. Going back to your spoolie every now and then. Okay, so that is pretty much that like base brow done for this side. I'm now going to try and repeat what I've done on this side, and then after that I go in and do both the tops to bring like that little arch. I'll zoom you in to do this one so you can sort of see how I'm trying to make them symmetrical. With my middle sections, I always pull them out, like into the middle like this, just because I think it gives a nicer effect. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and symmetricalize the tops of the brows as best as we can. This is all just complete practice, so I know that I always start the top of my brow here because I have some hairs that come up higher here, and then when I come to do this brow I only start it about here because I have the hairs already there, but then it goes sparser here. So it's all just complete practice and hoping and wishing for the best. And then I'll start to fill in the sparser areas. And then what I'll do is I'll very lightly rub whatever product I have left down into the beginning of my brow so it's not too sharp. Okay, so that is that brow done now. And then I will just go in and repeat the same steps on this brow. So as you can see, I'm going to start sort of halfway through my brow because I already have hairs all the way up to this section, and then I lose them here. And then again, I'm just going to very lightly bring the rest of the product into the middle. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is my eyebrows finished. I would then go in obviously with my brow gel as I said at the beginning, but silly old help me, can't find it. I have no idea where it is. I literally used it like 2 days ago in this very room. All of my makeup's in one place in a bag and it's in my dressing room and I cannot find it. So very annoying, but I will link below the one I use. It's literally just a clear brow. Okay, let's try that again. It is literally just a clear brow gel. Anyone would work, even one of those like clear mascaras would work. I don't carve my brows out with concealer. I know a lot of people do, but I quite like the whole like bushy look. I don't really like a super sharp like I quite like to have like little hairs here and there. My voice is going. I quite like to have little hairs here and there, so I don't carve out with concealer after. You absolutely can if you want to. If I ever mess something up, I will go in with a tiny bit of concealer and carve it out, but then I will normally go back in with my brush and I'll like flick it back up, or you know, do whatever to try and make it like not too like sharp. But yeah, anyway, I think that's probably it. I think I'll probably stop yabbering on now. That is basically how I do my brows. I don't know, I think it's pretty normal. I think it's pretty simple. I will link everything I use down below for you guys in case you want to grab any of it. And I would obviously love to know if you enjoyed the video, or if you're gonna try it out, or if you use the same products, or if you have any tips for me on how I could maybe make them better or get them more symmetrical. I would love you to comment down below. But anyway, I think I will leave you guys to get on with your day and stop blabbing. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah.